Oh my goodness. This is a full-on full moon. In fact, it took me ages to look through it and think, what can I say about this moon that's going to be reassuring? Because I have to be honest with you, it's about breakthrough, it's about drama, it's about explosive energy. And think back to 6 months ago when we had that solar eclipse in Aries, that was conjunct Chiron. Chiron is coming into play with this full moon. This full moon in Aries is also square, which is tense energy, with Mars, the planet of action, war, and passion, and Aries ruler, and also Pluto, the Lord of Transformation, which is at its 29 degrees. This is it, baby moment. So what does that mean? It means be prepared to think about trying to be calm in all situations on that day, because there is this sort of pressure point, this moment of explosive energy within us where a part of us, our kind of primal part is going, I need my autonomy, I need my independence, I need to be heard. And Libra is obviously all about relationships and balance and harmony, and these two are in opposition. Now, the good news is, I have to say that Chiron, the wounded healer, is helping us. It's saying, you know what? Something is about to be revealed. Something is coming to a head. There is a crescendo of energy around this Aries full moon. And ultimately, it liberates us. And ultimately, it heals us on a very deep soul level. So, fingers crossed it's all worth it. But the intensity is full on. So how do you feel about yourself at the moment in terms of your individuality, your independence in the world? Is there anything under the surface that's kind of building up for you? Do you feel that you're not allowed to express yourself freely in your intimate relationships, in your work relationships, in your friendship relationships? Because Mars is in Cancer, family issues could come to a head as well. So think about, where am I? And it's really wise to think about it before the day. Where am I in all this? And what could be coming up for me on that day? And how can I handle it in a powerful but healthy way? How can I express my emotions without, Aries is about anger, and then they calm down very quickly, but it's very explosive, unpredictable energy. Particularly if an Aries feels wronged, or there's an injustice in the world. The Aries is always the first to go there. And this full moon is in Aries. I have to say, what is fascinating, on the political stage in America, which is obviously a big thing at the moment, I truly believe around the time of this full moon, there's going to be a massive turning point. Kamala has got her moon in Aries, and it's quite close to that degree, actually. Aries, the full moon is in 24. I think hers is in 27. But she's also got some positive things connected to this full moon. But it's going to go one way or the other. This is the turning point of the election. I'm saying it. I really believe that. There's something coming out, for good or bad, that's going to create a massive shift. And it won't be such a close race. So fingers crossed for all of us that it goes in the right direction. But it's certainly something coming up in the world. And don't forget, we have that Pluto 29. And as I said before, we're getting to the end of this cycle from 2008, where, it's been a journey where the patriarchy, where power and control has gone to such extremes. And the narrative of truth has been twisted on its head. And this is the end of it. Anybody consumed by money over the betterment of the world, anyone consumed by power over the betterment of the world, is going to be fighting tooth and nail from now until the 19th of November and doing things that are likely to be more extreme. We really have to hang on, because once Pluto goes to Aquarius, this shit show is going to change. And we're moving into a time for a good number of years where we're learning to work together. We're learning to be a community. We're learning that it's all for one and one for all, not one for me and, sod everyone else. So it's a very, very important time. But of course, in those times of transition, it can create a lot of destructive energy, I'll be honest with you. So we have to really visualize peace, do our bit to be helping out at this time, and within our own life, not allow ourselves to fall into the trap of just like losing the plot and being angry. We've got to try and combine actually the Libra energy with the Aries energy and the Chiron energy to help us express ourselves in a way that is loving. Easier said than done, particularly for me as I'm an Aries. But, you know, I just think that this full moon is something else. It is incredibly potent, particularly that 29 degrees Pluto and that clash there. So look after yourself, look at your wounds and think, right, what is the final piece in the puzzle for me to heal and to be able to express my unique soul, to be able to express myself without carrying the burdens of all the wounds in my past. And it may be, certainly for me it was, I have to tell you that, you know, the eclipse in April, something from that is going to finally be cleared out. But also you can look back to April 2023, around the 20th, 21st, and that new moon, because this is part of that cycle. So yeah, it's deep, it's passionate, it's intense, but it's going to make you know how you feel about your journey. Particularly, let's say you're someone that doesn't normally stand up for themselves. You're going to find it much easier. In fact, even if you don't want to, you might find it coming out of you. There are lots of positives in this, but it is intense. You know me, I'm always positive, but actually this one is intense. On top of that, we got a cardinal-gram cross. There's so much tension going around, but I'm clinging on to the positive Chiron, which is about healing our wounds. So, I mean, it's a bit like a boil being burst, you know, all the poison is coming out, then it can heal, then, you know, we feel much better in ourselves. But just be careful how you handle it. What else is going on this week? On the same day, if there wasn't enough, we have Venus, the planet of love and abundance, going into Sagittarius. Interestingly, of course, Sagittarius is a very free-spirited, fiery, and individualist in many ways. It has the energy of like, I am a wild pony and I need to be free to express myself and go on adventures. And all of these things together are saying that really what that day is about and what next week is about freedom. The 17th is going to be a game changer individually and I do think globally. So pay attention to what's coming up for you. Think back to the past 2 Aprils. Was there something specific that happened to you around that time that you feel is unresolved? This is the resolution in many ways. Okay, let's see what the universal unconscious has in store for us. See if this means anything to you during that week. Let's seek some advice. The first card, oh, I like this. The 9 of Wands, the wish card. So, regardless of all the drama and the intensity and the explosiveness, it may well be that there is a silver lining, because the wish card is something we wish for is coming our way. It may be big, it may be small, but nonetheless, it's a wish come true. Let's see the next card. The 10 of Swords. Again, this does not surprise me. The 10 of Swords is saying you might feel a sense of betrayal, or someone close to us may feel a sense of betrayal. But if let's say we feel that somebody has harmed us in some way, betrayed us in some way, we may be seeing it, exploring it, and releasing it. Now remember about the 10 of Swords, it's very dramatic. In the original Rider-Waite, all the swords went in, including one in the ear hole. And it was always said that, you know, like when we feel that, look at the drama going on in my representation, when we feel that betrayal initially, sometimes it can wear off. It's that initial emotional feeling of betrayal. And the next card, the Ace of Pentacles. Ultimately, there may be success, there may be grounding, there may be abundance that comes through this. But it's very important to protect ourselves from people that don't have our best interests at heart. Interestingly, I did a video on you know, what's going on with Pluto at the moment. We have to let go of anybody that doesn't respect us, doesn't serve us, and sees the old version of us and doesn't allow us to grow. And finally, we have the Six of Cups. There are people coming into our lives and around us around this moon who really are a deep soul connection, and it is those people that you need to mix with, people that you have a soul connection with. If you think, well, I haven't got anyone in my life at the moment that's a soul connection, this is a very strong indication that one is coming, that has your best interests at heart. We're all going, Six of Swords, we're all going on an emotional journey, and right now this week we're in the sea. We're on the boat though, and we're ready to release those swords for a new adventure. I'm doing one more. And finally, the Two of Cups. There is releasing negativity to find our true connections. The Two of Cups is somebody that loves you, connects with you, not because they want anything from you. They're your equal. They see your golden heart and all is well. So, you know, I think that this is basically about a release, because the only kind of negative card, if you see things in those terms, is the Ten of Swords. But you know what? This Ten of Swords was likely to have happened 6 months ago, or it's being revealed, it happened some weeks ago. It's not necessarily happening on the full moon, but we are healing to find abundance. We're healing to really make the space for our soul connections to come in and value ourselves enough to know that we are worthy of those unions, friendships, business connections, etc. Keep your eye on the prize. So much love to you, my darling.